Independence comes as both an opportunity and a challenge.
Okay, peace. Here again, talking to the World Wide Web. Yes. All right. Want to talk about Jamaica's independence? Is is Jamaica really independent? That's my question to the web. What makes a country independent? Let's check it out.
Four main characteristics that make a country independent. 1. Sovereignty. A sovereign country has the right to self-determination, meaning it can make its own laws and policies without interference from other countries. It also has the right to control its own borders and military. 2. Land. A country must have a defined territory that it can defend and control. This territory can be made up of land, water, and airspace. 3. Population. A country must have a population of people who are considered citizens of that country. These citizens must be loyal to the country and its government. 4. Government. A country must have a government that is able to make and enforce laws, collect taxes, and provide services to its citizens. If a country has all of these characteristics, it is considered to be an independent country. However, there are some countries that do not meet all of these criteria, but are still considered to be independent by the international community. For example, Palestine is not recognized by all countries as a sovereign state, but it does have a defined territory, a population, and a government. It is also important to note that independence is not always a permanent state. Countries can lose their independence if they are conquered by another country or if they are divided into smaller countries. For example, Ukraine lost its independence when it was annexed by the Soviet Union in 1922. It regained its independence in 1991 when the Soviet Union collapsed. In conclusion, a country is independent if it has the following characteristics: sovereignty, land, population, and government. Independence is not always a permanent state, and countries can lose their independence if they are conquered or divided.
Okay, there you have it. None of this have been fact checked, so but we'll work with it. Sovereignty. Does Jamaica have sovereignty? Now we play this again and hear what sovereignty is all about.
There are four main characteristics that make a country independent. 1. Sovereignty. A sovereign country has the right to self-determination, meaning it can make its own laws and policies without interference from other countries. It also has the right to control its own borders and military.
Okay. Sovereignty. Does Jamaica have sovereignty? Does Jamaica get interference from the English, United States, or any other country? I don't know, I'm just asking the question. Land.
2. Land. A country must have a defined territory that it can defend and control. This territory can be made up of land, water, and airspace.
Okay, we do have land, or do we own all the land? Who owns the most land in Jamaica? Okay, I need to research that one. Yep. This territory can be made of land, water, and airspace. Okay. Let's go ahead.
3. Population. A country must have a population of people who are considered citizens of that country. These citizens must be loyal to the country and its government.
Are the people in Jamaica loyal? So much corruption, we already know that about the government, right? Not loyal to their citizens. Here are all the recordings, all the old documentaries, with all the political warfare. So, seems that we 2 down, 1 up. What do I know? What's the next?
4. Government. A country must have a government that is able to make and enforce laws, collect taxes, and provide services to its citizens.
How much places in Jamaica don't have running water, don't have electricity, jobs? How much things are going tax free? How much local wholesale in a place? Are they really collecting taxes or just the extortionists? Government really enforce the laws with so much gun coming, so much corruption in our police force, like a whole corrupted place. I'm just asking the question, is Jamaica independent? Maybe we need to start asking more questions, you know? What does Jamaica own? Sell out everything, I go down there too. Alright, let's hear a summary of Jamaica independence.
Jamaica gained its independence from the United Kingdom on August 6, 1962.
Independence on August the 6th, 1962. It was a moment of triumph for the delegates from Jamaica. They had succeeded completely in all they had set out to do. Mr. Maudling, Mr. Manley, and Sir Alexander Bustamante.
This was the culmination of a long struggle for self-government that began in the early 19th century. The main leaders of the independence movement were Sir Alexander Bustamante and Norman Manley. The spike of nationalist sentiment in colonial Jamaica is primarily attributed to the British West Indian labor unrest of 1934–39, which protested the inequalities of wealth between native and British residents of the British West Indies. Bustamante and Manley were both members of the Jamaican Labour Party, JLP, which was founded in 1938. They led the JLP to victory in the 1944 general elections, and Bustamante became the first premier of Jamaica. In 1953, Jamaica was granted self-government within the British Commonwealth. This meant that Jamaica had control over its own internal affairs, but the British monarch remained the head of state. The JLP and the People's National Party, PNP, alternated in power in the 1950s and 1960s. In 1962, Jamaica held a referendum on independence, and the people voted overwhelmingly in favor of independence. On August 6, 1962, Jamaica became an independent nation. Bustamante became the first Prime Minister of independent Jamaica, and the British monarch Elizabeth II remained the head of state. Jamaica's independence was a major milestone in the country's history. It marked the end of 300 years of British colonial rule, and it gave Jamaicans the opportunity to chart their own course as a nation. Jamaica has made great progress since independence, and it is now a thriving democracy with a strong economy. Here are some of the key events that led to Jamaica's independence. 1934–39. British West Indian labor unrest protests inequalities of wealth between native and British residents of the British West Indies. 1938. Jamaican Labour Party, JLP, founded by Alexander Bustamante and Norman Manley. 1944. JLP wins general elections. Bustamante becomes first premier of Jamaica. 1953. Jamaica granted self-government within the British Commonwealth. 1962. Jamaica holds referendum on independence. People vote overwhelmingly in favor. 1962. Jamaica becomes an independent nation. Bustamante becomes first Prime Minister. Jamaica's independence is a proud moment in the country's history. It is a symbol of the Jamaican people's determination to achieve self-determination and to build a better future for themselves.
Okay, there you have it. Summary of Jamaica's independence. I have not fact-checked any of this either. Maybe I will, maybe I will not. Maybe somebody will get in the comment. Yeah, but what does Jamaica own, you know? Do we own the light, telecommunication, maybe the water? Do we own the airports, the ports? What am I leaving out? Is that the light? Like everything has been sold out. It's like the people are slowly selling out. Because there is no longer a culture. You go to Jamaica as a foreigner and turn on the radio, all you hear is hip hop and pop. There are any reggae stations in Jamaica that solely based on reggae. All these and other topics coming up. That's what we speak, you know. And see where it goes. Try to be more consistent, you know. Approach things with objective. Too much people are walking around with bullshit narrative. Yes, I.
Independence comes as both an opportunity and a challenge. An opportunity to all Jamaicans to build, by their hard work and sacrifice, a racially mixed nation, living in peace and harmony. An example to the world. A challenge to all of us to unite under one flag for a single purpose: the progress and prosperity of Jamaica.